So I've been investing in real estate pretty much my entire working life. I've been investing for about 20 years now, and it was literally as soon as I was able to save up enough money to pay for a down payment. I am obviously investing has a wide spectrum of strategies. My approach was always on the lower risk side. That's why I'm attracted to real estate. I like the fact that it's a tangible asset. You know where it is. You can generate rental revenue from it, and also if you choose well, it can appreciate in terms of its price and generate capital appreciation for you. My particular approach was my objective was to get passive income because I was fully dedicated to my career and then later on to running my own business. And I did not want to spend time, I didn't have the expertise or the knowledge to spend time becoming an expert as an investor. So in order to make that income come in regularly, I took a lot of time choosing the right places. We can talk a bit about that. And took care of the properties as well, made sure they were well maintained. So they stayed in good shape. I was very tough in terms of selecting tenants. A lot of interviews, background checks, etc. Because having a tenant that doesn't pay the rent is a major headache, and depending on the laws in different markets, can be a big stressor. But then after I selected them, I made sure to treat them really, really well. So a very typical situation for me is my tenants, when they're moving cities, they will recommend to me their friends who want to come and live in the condos. So it makes my efforts very low. It's literally a conversation for a few conversations a year just to renew the contract or find a new tenant, manage some maintenance, make sure that everything is working really well. And that's it. And then for the rest of the year, you're earning that monthly income. So that's what I've been doing for 20 years, but it was this series of projects. So it was saving up enough money, buying the first place, and then building up the savings again to the second one, etc. And recently I discovered fractional investing. I'm still investing in real estate, but fractional investing allows me to diversify into multiple properties. There are a lot of projects that I'm interested in, but obviously with limited resources, I can't get into all of them. But now with this approach, I can put funds into different projects. So I love the fact that you can diversify. You put in any amount that you like, small, medium, etc. And so you have that flexibility. No hassles, so no mortgages to think about, mortgage applications, all the documentation required for that, bank statements, certificates, and all of that. You're also avoiding the mortgage fees, and recently they've been on the high side. They have been dropping, but still on the high side. And then with this app that I've been using recently, it also has some cool ideas like exit windows where they give you some liquidity options. So you can get out. There are windows a couple of times a year, and we can get into that in future posts. So that's an advantage. The fees they take, I find to be very reasonable for taking away the entire headache of the process. From acquisition to maintenance to managing tenants to the selling or disposing of a property. And most importantly, the legal setup. That was something very, very important for me, because when you're buying yourself directly, it's your name on the title deed. And in my case, it was myself and my wife, your mom. And in the case of this application, one of the things I like the most about it is that it is still in your name. So essentially what they've done is they bring together investors, and it can be hundreds, thousands, depending on the portions everyone decides to invest. And then every single property is registered directly at the land department in the name of a company, and that company is set up specifically for this for each property, and you are a shareholder, so you get a shareholder certificate in that company. And so the administrator of the app is not in no way associated to the asset. They're just managing the asset for you. And even in the unlikely scenario that something happens to them, and let's say they go bankrupt, there's even a setup with the regulators on how to appoint an administrator to administer, because the asset's still in your name, so from a safe risk perspective, you're fine, you still own the asset. But obviously with hundreds and thousands of investors, somebody has to administer. So all of that is already set up, the contingency plans are there. So that was a big part of one of the reasons why I like this approach. I started off small, just tinkering with it, checking how it worked. I found it to be super easy, fun. I've been just naturally sharing it with a lot of family and friends, and mostly getting very good reactions, like, "Well, I didn't know about that," and then the next day, friends calling me and saying, "I tried it, I liked it," etc. And especially with young people like yourself, that's why I was sharing it with you the other day and with your sister. It's a great way to get in at a young age, something I didn't have the option to do. I had to wait quite a while to build up enough savings to be able to get that first down payment. And then it was literally, almost, I think it was another maybe 7-8 years to then save up enough again for the second property. And so now you're able to invest in very early and in multiple properties in different areas. So, yeah.